Hi guys, Retro Tech Ralph here. I'm going to do a little bit of faffing with the second Spectrum. Now the first one's working fine, playing it, it's absolutely ace. But why not try and get this one working? So what I've got for this one is, I'm going to do a bit of cleanup on this, because that's just filth on there, that'll come off, and that's the original plastic on there anyway to come off. The keyboard doesn't work, we know, but let's strip this down and see why it doesn't work. This is the motherboard that doesn't seem to work, but probably did but doesn't. But I've bought for this the following: a voltage regulator, which will go onto here, because that, I'm not sure if that's the full problem or not, but I'm going to fit that. That's for the Commodore. That's the full kit that I got from, it was actually a company, well, a guy in Spain. I can't find a kit online in the UK which just has the capacitors, and I know that it's probably just down to just 3 lots of capacitors, maybe 4 lots of capacitors in here, and then you can just use whatever. I am lazy, I know. Also power socket as well from DataServe. So I'm going to change that over just in case that might have been the problem. So that, not that. The bands, actually, I was looking on the cassette deck on this. They don't seem too bad, these. A little bit of play on there, but I think I'm quite happy with that, you know. It might actually work fine. So I'm not going to replace that. The cables look a bit... Okay, that's fine. So, first job then, I'm going to take that out and see what is exactly wrong with the keyboard. Because it might be something dirt easy, it might be something impossible to do. So this would be a case of, let's just stick it on eBay and get rid of it. It's not a donation, this is my own bought, so I can get away with sticking things on eBay like this. So, as usual, I mentioned this on the last one, there's these 2 screws here you don't use on the keyboard, so it's 1, 2, 3 and 4 out. Then I will have to take these 4 out afterwards once the keyboard's out of here. So I'll get on with stripping this down and quick cut. Right, keyboard out. Screws are off, screws are out. They're all nice and safe, I hope. So let's have a look. Clip, 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 they all just get pushed in, so you can just prise this off. One last one there in the corner here, and that one's clipped itself back on again as well. A little bit fiddly, but you just need to be patient with it. Right. Well, I can't see anything obvious on the membrane. Anything apart from a little bit of fluff in there. See, it was the everything apart from 8 and the a lot of crap coming out there. So the 8 is up here. And the membrane doesn't seem too bad. A bit of dirt on there. I can't tell anything wrong with this. They need to open like a book. Actually they don't, there's fault pieces. Okay, so those are going that way. Keep it the right way around. So that level kind of does 1 to 4. It doesn't though, does it? It lines up with those, but it doesn't line up with that, so have I got it wrong around already? Give it a good clean. And we'll see what we are up to, shall we? Okay. Right, I'll give this a damn good clean inside out, thoroughly and everything. Give the good keys a good going over. I can't see anything obviously wrong with the membranes at all. So I'm going to hold fire on that a little bit. And I'll put it back together again. Them bits I hadn't really noticed. There's no cracks on anything. That's a hair. Everything does seem fine. So I'll put this back together and we'll test this at the end. Worst case, a couple of screws, done, sorted, and it'll come back out. So what we'll get on with next is get the board and we'll start doing capacitors and see whether or not it's something else that's wrong with this. Right, so this is the keyboard from the second Spectrum Plus 2 that I got. So was it the first keyboard went in? No, yeah, this is first keyboard went in with the second motherboard in the first case, if you understand what I mean, because they all worked and that worked perfect. So I don't see how you could use that as a sensible keyboard. It's too small. Right, let's get the board out and see what we can find on it. I'll start soldering. Right then, first things first. I'm going to do the easy parts, which is the power socket. It might be weak, it might not be weak, but I think it's best to replace that and the voltage regulator. There's a good chance that this is definitely the problem. So it needs coming off of there and resoldering back on. It looks like underneath it's thermal paste. You'd have thought if this has never been touched, that should be solid. Yeah, it's not good. But yeah, I'll do that. Unsolder that, put them all in that way around. I'm not sure if that's too hard. That the heat shrink tubing from that has just gone rock hard. That's why it's exposed all the legs. So I'll cut 3 more lengths of that. Of my own, stick them on the cable goes back on, bob's your hand. Sorted. I'm actually looking on the board at the moment. If you notice there behind the power supply there, I'm not sure if it's either glue or tape. A decent pair of pliers, no. Hoping it's just glue. Well, why would it be there? It doesn't look damaged at all, but like I say, it's coming out. A little bit of black in there, but it's coming off. It's getting redone. Well, I've bought it, I might as well use it. So when I come back, that'll be on and that'll be on. So quick cut here and quick clean there, and we'll be a little bit way done. Okay, first half of the soldering done. New socket in. Oh, bloody good for my bloody level of soldering. Really well in. New heatsink. Voltage regulator. Right, put a new shrink wrap on the whole thing. Put the middle one first, then get the other ones on afterwards. Right, there and up, there and up. As high up as I can. Trying to burn myself, or electrocute myself once this week. Don't want to burn myself as well. Could have done using the heater, to be honest, on this. They're already pre-glued inside these, so it shrinks, it seals pretty well. So it's coming out of the bottom. Might be just too big a heat shrink for that heat shrink tubing, but that's done well. Glue's come out of the bottom of there. If you can see, it's just squirging out of there a little bit, so that's sealed in really well. It's a little bit malleable. Just to get it on. Beautiful. Yeah, I'm actually getting better than this, I'm sure I am. Not blowing my own trumpet or anything, but yeah. Now what I'm going to do, it's going to be overkill, I know. But all I've got for thermal paste is my Arctic stuff. The MX4. And that's massive overkill for this, but why not? Really, why not? So, that's over here. If I was a screw for that, I would be there. So I'll do a little dub on the back of there. And then screw it in place. I'm not going to be too cosmetic about this, because this really ain't that really that bothered about it. So wants to go that way, wants to go there, and wants to go in there. God, you get paste everywhere. I'm even trying. So screw through. I've lost a screwdriver that I need. Dagnammit. Found the screwdriver that I need. I think it is the right one. Yeah. And it's straight and in and on. That's really well tight. Okay. Going to tighten up on the end. Clean this up. I mean, I know there's more you can do with a Spectrum to make sure that it's completely back to life. I'm doing what I'm comfortable with doing, and then afterwards we'll see if there's anything else that needs doing. So that's done. I'm happy with that. I'm very happy with that. So that's done. Power supply's done. One thing that's left to do now is tidy up a little bit and get on with doing the caps. I'm not fully looking forward to this because, for one, I'm almost out of solder, but I've got tons. Just need to make a new tube of that. So let me get myself ready and I'll get started on trying to take these caps off, and knowing which one of these goes where and which way around as well is always essential. Okay, right, I've got the second board ready. I've gone through the kit, and what you get with it is everything you need. I mean, this is the guy from Spain. Everything you need is in his kit that you do. Everything, bits of these, and yeah, capacitors, you know, meh, who needs them? And only thing I found out on a lot of this is that some of these, which are obviously the more voltage on them, instead of, I think I've got two lists on here. I've got what I've put on computer of what you actually got on in here and what there actually is spare. Now, there's actually 6 spare. I wondered why there were 6 extra, because there's only 14 caps on this board and there's 23 in the kit. But then again, that's tape deck. So they're spare for the tape deck, but I'll go through that if I ever got around to doing that. At the minute, it's working fine, but that might be the reason why the tape deck on the first one ran a little bit quick. So yeah, I've marked off. I've actually got a picture on the screen in front of me. All the microfarads and the voltages of the chips are on a picture on the screen, and I'm not bothered about that anyway. But I've coincided them with what these are on here. So I'm putting this off. I know I am. This is gonna be a right pain in the arse. But there's only 17. So if I get wrong, at least I know which one that one is. But I'm going to do one at a time. I take one off, put one on. I don't know if to film this or not. This could be either a really long film or really short. In fact, yeah, I'll not film it. I'm going to jump to the end. So unless I get really quick at this, and I'll start filming. But leave me to it. Quick cut there, and we're going to get on with this, shall we? Yeah, I'm dawdling now. Right, as a nervous solderer, shall we say, that I don't want to break this. I actually want to make sure that this is fine. I'm going to start using some bloody thermal paste. Not thermal paste. Yeah. Flux, there you go. Just to try and I'm not going to burn everything. I've got 2 lots apparently, I think. Yeah. Little quality whatever of flux there, I don't know, but the nervous part is as follows. I don't want to frig this thing up, but what I'm noticing on the board, these obviously 80s technology, and I'm positive they're overkill on most of this stuff, because it makes sure that you can, because these weren't made as a kit, were they, or was it 81? But everything does have a number on them, which is good. And I'll show you the part here where I've just took out the C01, capacitor 01, or is it 81? Christ, I can't tell myself. But there is a plus at the bottom. So technically, with a capacitor, you shouldn't have a problem with these. But this is me trying to convince myself that I'm not going to balls this thing up. So you've got over, there's a better one, where we got this one here, right? You've got C49, it says next to it, but there's also a plus on the right hand side of it. So the bottom leg is the plus, whereas you've got here, this one, is it C50, I think it is? Your plus is at the top. So your pluses are virtually together on these, in the middle of them. So at least you can't think, yeah, the plus has got to be at the bottom. So negative plus, negative plus, negative plus. But it's not. It's. I'm just convincing myself. I'm sure I am. C52, move it out of the way. There's a plus there at the bottom. Come on, Ralph, you can do this. I'm sure you can. So, capacitor, bare side. They only always show the negative side. I'm painting it bright silver or whatever colour it is, black usually. See, this is the thing with it. What comes off of the board is here. It's a 22 UF ultrafarad, whatever it is, over 16 volts, and that's fine. Doesn't seem to be anything wrong with this one anyway, but I think it's to do with just the audio jack, the audio out anyway, so that's not going to be used much anyway. However, what's the replacement in the kit is a 22 ultrafarad. Is it UF? Please correct me. If not, just leave me to it. But 50 volts. I'm not convinced that it can go up to 50 volts, obviously. It doesn't have to be 16 volts like the black one is, like the original one is. But all I can think is the guy who's done the kit for this has thought it does need uprating a little bit. So I'm going to go with him on this. And we're going to negative on that one. So as I say, one at a time on these, what I'm going to do, it may take a while, let's push them in. was hoping for that to be in the middle. There it is. Okay, so solder in place on the bottom. Tack some in place actually. Holding that in place, get the other one somewhere near on time. There you go. Bit more on that one. So I'd say it's not straight, but then again nothing on here is. I'm relatively happy with that. Okay, one down, 16 to go. Okay, capacitor number 2. See, I'm numbering these in this order. What downwards? 1, 2. You've got 3, 4, and you've got 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Then you've got 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Right. So I'm just doing it like that. I've got it all wrote down, like I say, on the screen in front of me. Why bother telling you when I can show you it? It's a simple picture. Zoom out. There. Right. You can do that. Oh, I didn't do it brilliantly. Right, that is the screen. That are all the numbers, with each one in pink, what the ultrafarad and the voltage are, UFs and the voltage, what are on here, on these. Not on what's in the kit, they're slightly different. So I'm guessing the extra voltage on the kit is actually just a fail-safe. So everything's on there. So number 1, number 2 is here. I'm convinced now, I'm not terrified anymore, that I can get all these off in one go now. Just unsolder the whole bloody lot, then use this as a guide to do what I'm doing. It's just not, I don't want to break this. I'm quite happy with this actually working. But if it does work perfectly fine, as I am hoping it will, and that second one I did with a flux as well, which does look pretty good, if I may say so myself. Where is it? These two here. Da, 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 da. Look at that. It's me. Yeah, I'm going to get on with doing the entire lot. But if this does as well as what I'm feeling at the moment, I'm going to get the other one done. For the time being, I'm not going to butt in until, you won't see this until it's all off. As I might take them all off and then show you how bad it looks. And then maybe just get soldering iron back out and get on with soldering these things in place. So, leave me to it. Give me a few minutes. I know I promised. Yeah, just tell myself in the future, I've actually marked off exactly what contacts are going off. So the blue ones on here are what I'm desoldering. Might be worth doing that if you can do this yourself. You just mark off what you're going to be taking off. The blue marker pen should be there after I've finished with the soldering, so I know what I'm doing. I've deliberately missed off the 2 that I've already done. There and up here somewhere, yeah. So, I'll get on with it, yeah. So far, the parts I've taken off this thing, 17 capacitors, a power connector and a voltage regulator. So, yeah, I'm quite happy with that. Quite happy with the board actually looking a little bit more sparse. But, yeah, so I say about the bike, pen mark, yada yada yada, done. There's enough flux still on there that'll quite easily use for these bits. Bin they go. Right, so my diagram is that way around. So 1, 2 are already in place and the right way around. This isn't easy, but on a sick twisted sort of note, it's quite fun. So right, I'm dawdling again. Let's get back to this, get it soldered on. Right, caps done. Nice new caps, all on, all soldered, and I'm relatively happy with it. That diode seems to be squashed. This is the problem with ARFA, is you're going to squash something. So you've got to be careful. When you put it back together, nothing's actually touching. Those three look like they might. I'll get away with that. Yeah. Not as straight as they were. I think this exactly matter, but it does to me. I've actually even soldered the reflowed where the both connectors go into, just in case. But there was a little bit of looseness on there for no reason. So, what we need to do is just double check everything else again. Another diode over there. Fine. I actually pushed that over as well, so while the solder iron's on, because that was pushed over, that feels okay. I'm going to reflow these actually. The solder iron, I keep knocking that solder iron up. The worst things. If I was some solder, I'd put myself up here. Right. Right, so if I was anything, I'd be there. So I'm going to reflow it. A little pressure on the back. Push it in place while I'm doing it. So this one here. They'll be taking a little bit off every time anyway. Put it with a little bit. Yeah, the shiny one. One am on? Yeah. Of course it is. Okay, I'm feeling different, but in my mind I'm happier. Right. So what we need to do now, my hands are sticky with this bloody, it's like, yeah. Right, let's get things away. And let's get this thing into a computer and let's get this thing switched on and see what happens with it. Okay. Final part, put the RF modulator in and turn over the telly, just in case. I'm on TV and the last one the plug-in was the telly. So I've got the TV on there and a blue screen at the moment. That's switched on, that should come on any second now. Well, it's on. Tip play works. Why is there no picture? Different frequency. Okay, I'll retune. Hold on. Right then. Slight problem. I've gone through the frequencies. I can't find it, but I do find this. And either this is a alien transmission of some sort, or it's the spectrum. And I'm 100% positive that it's the spectrum. I can't hear clicking. It's there, it's nearly there. Barely see it. Can't hear anything yet. You know, I've got hissing going on. It won't automatically find it for some reason, even with it being PAL. I heard something there. The hell was that? I was going to try the tape on it. Since I can't see exactly what it is, I've got a problem. But it's not the end of this. It says either an RF modulator problem or something else wrong with the board. And without actually going too much into it, I'm going to think stuff it. Power's on, everything's working. Running really well. Well, apart from it won't come on the screen. But I'm going to do what do they call it? The RF upgrade on this, or downgrade. So this is going to be for another day now. So I'm going to take this off for being an RF modulator, because most TVs don't have RF modulation, and I'm going to get it wired up, because I don't have to change too much of it. I just need to wire up from the side of here, going straight into the output to make it video only. We've also got the audio next to it anyway, so I'm going to do that to it. So it's not the end of the world. So yeah, it's working, but not exactly to specs. But I don't care, because that's good enough for me. Because I know I can do the upgrade on it. So that's it for this one. I've actually brought it to life. Goody goody. So next time, what I'm going to do is like that. Do that, and that's that sorted. I don't think there will have been a problem with not fitting these, because they'll have been for the extra board next to the tape deck. But maybe. But anyway, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Bye bye.